Hello and welcome to another Blues focused match preview. Apologies for the lack of preview for the Crawley game and the Burton game. To be honest, with the Crawley fixture, we did try to reach out to one of their content creators but didn't get a response. And with the Burton preview, it was just a very busy time for me during the Easter weekend. So sorry for not being able to put out them videos, but nevertheless, it was 4 points over them two games with the 0-0 draw against Crawley and then the 2-1 victory against Burton Albion, which put us on 99 points in League One, which is a fantastic tally to have. And we had Alphonse Samsted getting his first goal of the season, a well taken strike, and Jay Stansfield notching up his 23rd goal of the season for Blues. Now, 2 goals behind Charlie Kelman in the Golden Boot race, so hopefully Stansfield can close that gap by reaching the Golden Boot tally. And next up for us is Stevenage at the Lamex Stadium. And we have already played Stevenage twice this season because we beat them in the league 2-1 at St Andrews and we beat them in the Virtue Trophy at the Lamex Stadium 1-0 as well. And on those games, on the whole, I think we did play pretty well in both of those games. We restricted Stevenage to a limited amount of chances, although the victory in the Virtue Trophy did come quite late with that Jay Stansfield goal, and Jake Young got a goal back for Stevenage towards the end of that game at home. But all in all, Stevenage are going pretty well this season with the departure of Steve Evans last season. Many of the sort of pundits out there predicted Stevenage to suffer relegation troubles and really be in that mix for relegation down to League Two. But Alex Ravel's done well to sort of keep their heads above water, and they find themselves in mid-table at the moment. So he's doing a pretty decent job at Stevenage in his second spell in charge there. And ahead of this game, we decided to speak to Matt Farley from the Stevenage FC podcast because you guys did enjoy the reverse fixture in the video we done for that, as did I, as I know Matt anyway. And yeah, it's really nice to be able to catch up with him and provide you with this chat ahead of Thursday's fixture. And if we win it, we do surpass the 100-point mark. So it'd be fantastic for us to pick up a victory. And I'm going to say a 3-0 victory for Blues in the end as well. I'm feeling confident ahead of this one. And off the back of the last game, there was a few rotations, wasn't there? Because you had Grant Hanley play at centre-back, Mark Leonard feature as well. So there was a few alterations, and Samsted himself who got a goal as well. So whether those guys keep their place or not for the run-in, time will tell. But nevertheless, I'm going to go with a 3-0 victory for Birmingham. Feeling confident for this one. And here is the chat that I had with Matt. Hope you guys enjoy it like you did with the last one. So nice to be joined by you again, Matt, after the reverse fixture. Obviously, you guys travelling up to St Andrews and we won 2-1 on that day. And then this recent game that you've had, it was a 1-0 victory against Bristol Rovers. And what a goal as well to give you the victory.
Yeah, it was brilliant, Sam. And first of all, great to be back on, mate. Really enjoyed coming on last time, and which it kind of feels like it's gone so quick, right? Because it felt like just the other week that I was on. Actually, it's over a month now. But yeah, no, really good, really excellent win for us yesterday, and yeah, a great goal from Reedy. It was a typical Jamie Reid goal. He gets the ball and it beats a couple of people, scrambles it past the keeper, shoots, hits someone on the line and goes in. It was, yeah, really good goal. And yeah, a massive win for us because it's got us mathematically safe. And we needed a win after the last 16 matches. So yeah, I was really happy with it yesterday. Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a needed result as well because you went on a bit of a bad run of it where you had like 1 win in 8 games, and maybe you could say like because it's drifting towards the end of the season and Stevenage's like spot in the league is secure, then maybe the players could have lost a bit of concentration. But having that win at the Memorial Stadium, especially when Bristol Rovers are fighting for their lives in League One, goes to show that the Stevenage team does have good character. Because I remember you saying last time that you're proud of the Stevenage players and kind of what they stand for, and you really do like this team as a group of players. So from now, like till the end of the season, what's the main focus for Stevenage for the rest of the season?
Really good question. I think. Look, we've had a magnificent season this season. I think we've called it our biggest season for the fact of we knew what the league was going to be, and it was Alex Ravel was manager new era, and I think we've done brilliantly. The fact that we're 14 for 55 points, but it's the wins that we've had, it's the performances. We've done brilliantly, and it's really funny. I think, and I've said this on our podcast, I think we're at the start of a really exciting couple of years ahead. I think we've got the makings of a fantastic squad, and we've shown that this season with a lot of the wins and performances we've had. When we beat Wrexham and Barnsley and Stockport and Charlton, the way that we played in a lot of the matches. But for the last kind of 16 games, we've just lacked in that final third. And some might say we have all season. We just haven't scored enough goals. We've got 40, bang on. And I think we're all under the impression that keep the bulk together that we know is excellent, and he's going to keep clean sheets. We've got 17 of them, and, you know, allow us to compete in our matches, but just improving the final third. And next season, the season after, we could see a really exciting couple of years under Alex Ravel in League One. So I think for us over the next kind of 3 matches that we've got left, we just want to see us play really well, get some results if we can, and just kind of practice a style and an identity possibly for next season. So I think that's kind of what we want to do in these last 3 games. But got to be honest, I'm already kind of excited for next season because I really believe with a better squad, I think next season could be our biggest one. So, but no, I think that's probably what we're going to be doing for the last 3.
Yeah, because you mentioned there about the goals as well, and that's something I was going to get onto actually, because it's only Wigan and Shrewsbury that have scored less goals than you guys this season, but you've got a number of clean sheets, which has been impressive to see. And I think from the reverse fixture at St Andrews, I remember watching that and thinking that yes, you guys got your goal at the very end, but maybe there was a bit of a lack of creativity going forward. So in terms of like addressing that next season and the players that you have already, what's the situations like regarding contracts? Because with a lot of like teams in these divisions, you get a lot of players that come, a lot of players that go. So what's the contract situation looking like for some of these players at Stevenage? Because I know that Luther James Wilding signed a new contract extension. He's someone that's been at the club for a long time, and you've had a couple other extensions. So what's kind of the whispers around the place as to who's going to stay and who's going to go?
Well, we're in a really good position. So we were speaking about this the last couple of weeks, and this is why I think next season could be a massive season for us and a very exciting one. And the season after is, it looks like pretty much the bulk and the whole of the squad are in contract. There's only a few that are out. So the original ones that were out were Luther Wilding, who has signed. Louis Thompson as well, signed a contract extension, really big player at the level that. And there's only a couple more. There's only Dan Butler, Elliot List and Kane Smith. That's it. Everyone else is in contract. So for us, really, we could potentially be at the start of something really exciting over the next couple of years. So I think for us, it's just keeping the bulk together that we know is good enough at this level, and certainly for next season, and just improving the areas that need improving, aka the final third. And I will say this about our final third this season. We've got very unlucky with it as well. I mean, Jamie Reid, for example, who's got 8 goals now, actually, given that he's had a really tough season with injury, I actually think he's done really well to get nearly 10. He missed the whole of the pre-season because he had a medical issue with his leg. So he missed pre-season in the first month of the season. Louis Appere, who I really like and I think is going to be a big player next season, he was brought in to be another goal scorer this season and has been out injured for 5-6 months and had surgery on his groin, has come back and has found it difficult since being back. So we have got unlucky in the final third as well with injuries. And I think that's potentially been a reason why we haven't scored as many goals. But Alex Ravel knows it's an area that we need to improve in. And if we do that next season, I don't know, I think we're going to be dark horses for a lot of sides. I could see us being in that top half next season and competing. So I'm really excited for it. And to go along that as well, the manager's going to be better. He's a League One manager now. He's got over the line. He's experienced a full season with his team and his management team. And I think next season, he's going to have a clearer view of how he wants to play and the style. And I think he would have learned a lot of that this season. So, yeah, look, I don't want to big us up, Sam. Look, we could be sitting in 20th this time next year, but I really think there's opportunity to do big things over the next couple of years, yeah.
And with this full Alex Ravel season, what's the attitudes like within the fan base towards his second tenure in charge?
Do you know what? It's actually, this is quite weird to say, and I don't think it is, but about 2 weeks ago, it was quite divided. I mean, there was people like me who I think he's done a great job, given that it's his first season and first season with his management team, and him as a person. I think to have us 55 points with 3 games to go, if you'd have sold me that in Jersey at our pre-season tour at the start of the season, I would have bitten your arm off for that. I mean, I would have taken 19th, to be honest with you. So I think he's done a brilliant job. You look at the wins, the performances, it's been brilliant. But there are a small minority of fans that aren't happy with it and have looked at some of the bad performance this season that we've had, which I don't think there's been many, but there has been probably about 10 or 11 bad ones, and don't think he's good enough for the job. So it is actually quite divided. But I think it's very clear that with Alex Ravel, we've got longevity there. And for a first season, in what a lot of people have called the toughest League One. I think he's done an excellent job. I mean, so look, I support him. I think the majority of the fan base do, but I think there's just a small minority there that probably wanted a more experienced manager. But I think Revs is going to get better, and I think you'll see that in the recruitment next season and our performances early on. So, but I will say this: I think the start of next season is really important for him.
I definitely have to agree with you actually with Alex Ravel being a young manager and still kind of learning his trade, because even from when I was there, like during that COVID season, where at Christmas Stevenage were bottom of the league and really struggling, and with Alex Ravel still in charge, you guys managed to sort of get up towards those mid-table positions and go on a really good run from that like January, February time, and turn things around. So yeah, I definitely say Alex Ravel is someone that has got a good future in the game, and yeah, hopefully it's with Stevenage getting you guys right up towards those playoff positions. But yeah, sort of going for this game and what you've learnt from the previous two fixtures, what would you say you've kind of learnt from watching Birmingham over those two games?
Wow, great one. By the way, it was brilliant, the away game. Loved it. It was so good. I mean, just to see my team play at your stadium. I mean, like, 3 years ago, I was going up and down the country watching my team play down the bottom of League Two. And if someone would have said to me that day at Exeter when it was Evans' first game and we had 9 games to go to start, someone would have said that we would have played at Birmingham in League One. It's just what? On a Tuesday night in the league? Unbelievable. And do you know, I was really proud of us that night, actually. I thought we gave it a really good go. And it was really funny. We got the goal, great goal from Jake Young, and we pushed to try and nick a point. And it was like, hang on a sec, what's going on? And I almost felt the anticipation in the home end of kind of like, hang on a second here, we haven't won
I
this
was
yet.
certainly holding my breath. I must
Yeah,
admit,
you
like,
could
because
you
I
could
was
hear
thinking,
it,
here we go.
Sam. Like the Birmingham fans were cheering at 2-0. We scored it. It was almost like, I don't want to say, it was almost like it ruined your night almost, because it was like, hang on a second, we've let in a goal. It was a really odd game, but no, look, you're a magnificent side. You could see it that night. I mean, the way that you moved the ball, the certain players that you had. I expected all the things that I expected before that game. I mean, we saw it in the virtue against yourself briefly when you played at our place, but it was all the things that I expected in that game. I think for this match, I believe in us. We're at home. We've just won. We've played brilliantly this season. Since we last played you, we've played a lot of the top sides, and we haven't won a lot of those games, but we've played really well in a lot of them. Reading, brilliant. Orient, we were great. Wycombe, we were brilliant. We've played really well in those games. I think the only game that we probably had a little bad night was Stockport when we lost 3-0 away, but played and competed really well against those sides. So I believe in us. It's at home. I think there's a freedom for us just to go and play and just give take the game by the scruff of the neck. And I'd like to see, Revs changed a lot of the side yesterday, and it gave us a new look. We had a lot of pace up top with Carl Edwards back and Listy back. And I'd like to see that again Thursday and give it a real go against yourselves. I know that you're going for the points total at the minute, which is achievable. So should be a cracking game. I don't know why, Sam. I've got goals galore in my brain for some bizarre. I don't know why. I feel like it's going to be loads of goals in this game. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
I've seen some crazy games at the Lamex in my time, especially towards the end of the season. So yeah, it could definitely be one of them. And I suppose the difference between the Virtue Trophy game and this game is, like, imagine the East Terrace will be open, so there'll be a few more inside the Lamex Stadium. So what kind of atmosphere can we expect?
I think it'll be brilliant atmosphere. I really do. I think Thursday night football, it's nearly summer. I think the atmosphere will be brilliant. I mean, look, obviously, I think we expect you guys to pretty much sell out. So, yeah, I think the atmosphere will be brilliant. And again, I think it makes for a great game. I think if you guys were playing a team that were going for something, I think you'd probably run riot and win. But the fact that we're kind of safe and we're kind of preparing for next season kind of gives us a little bit of freedom just to have a go at you in the game on Thursday. And I actually think that will make for a better game rather than just trying to get through the game and sitting there. I think actually having a go, I think it will make for a really cracking game of football. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm going to be in the North Stand in the season too. Hopefully it's packed and make a bit of noise. But yeah, I think the atmosphere will be really loud on Thursday. Yeah.
And you say there about having a go. Do you reckon that will mean that Stevenage will try to go man for man against us?
I actually do. I think if it was any other situation, if we were lower in the table or higher in the table and we were involved in, trying to stay up or near the playoffs, I think we would be a little bit more strategic about the game potentially. But I think our team will look at it and go, well, we're at home. We've just won. We've played really well recently and got unlucky in a lot of the matches that we've played against the top sides. Let's take them on and go and attack you in the game and not be frightened about it. I think that's the way that we will look to play Thursday. And I'm excited to see how that goes against you, because I feel like with sides this season, you're so good that a lot of these sides are very strategic about how they play at you. And actually, it'll be really interesting to see how you guys deal with a team just with nothing to play for and just have a go and attack you. So I'm excited for it, yeah.
So Stevenage, you're going to try and attack us. You're saying goals galore, Matt. What's the scoreline going to be? Because I imagine you're going to say a win.
Sorry, by the way, it's absurd, isn't it? To be sitting here going, I think there'll be goals galore against Birmingham City. I know that just seems ridiculous, by the way, because Birmingham are so good. But I've got this funny feeling that it's just going to be a mad game of football. So we're recording our podcast tonight, and my score prediction, I'm going to go for a weird, wacky 3-2 win, where it's just somehow we've scored 3 goals in the game and you've scored 2 and it's end to end. And I just got a funny feeling we might nick it on Thursday. I don't know why. Just the fact that we've got freedom and there's lack of pressure. And I think the players showed that yesterday. Yeah, 3-2, but yeah, maybe saying 3 goals against Birmingham was a bit optimistic, but I don't know. I just got that feeling about it. So, 3-2. Why not? Jamie Reid,
Well,
I reckon.
I tell you what, Matt, Shrewsbury beat us by that scoreline at their place. So Shrewsbury can do it against us, then Stevenage can.
There you go. I'd like to think we're better than Shrewsbury. We beat them twice, so,
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for your time, Matt. It's always a pleasure to chat to you. You said there about you recording your podcast later tonight. Where can we find you across all these podcast platforms?
Yeah, no, thanks for giving us a shout out. We're pretty much on all the Audible services. So Spotify, we have our own website that people can check out. They can find that on the Twitter page. And we're very active on Twitter at TSFC Podcast, Stevenage Football Club Podcast. Yeah, go and give us a follow. We record once or twice a week. We've got reaction pods, match preview episodes. And we've got a lot more coming next season as well. There's a lot more things that we're going to do. So we're going to try and get on the YouTube scene as well next season, which we really want to do. So yeah, go and give us a follow. And thanks for having me on this season. It's and again, to all the Birmingham fans, it's been great to see you guys go up. And it would have been just such a shame if you guys wouldn't have done it. And I wish you the best of luck for next season. I really do hope that you're up the top of the Championship and you're finding your way back to really where Birmingham City belong. And that is beating Aston Villa. I will add in there as well. So makes 2 of us, Sam. I wish you the best of luck next season in the Championship. A great stadium, great fans. And I really hope you guys go and kill it in the Championship. So no, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks so much for your time, Matt. And obviously, because of where I live, it's a fixture I was looking forward to. And the fact that we got it 3 times this season, kind of spoiled by that.
Unbelievable, right? Who would have thought that at the start of the season, by the way?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the way things work. But yeah, thank you again for your time, Matt. We're going to have videos coming out from now till the end of the season, just kind of summarising what's happened, as well as these regular match previews too. So make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and keep right on.